Miss Thompson at Murphy Middle School, and I'm gonna make for you today, with some help probably from my kiddos, some snickerdoodle cookies. This is the demo that I always start out with our cooking unit at school. So since we really can't do that in our traditional way, I thought I would still make them and demonstrate the steps for you at home. So this is gonna be a very amateur video. I am not great at videos or taking them, so just bear with me. Anyways, we start always out talking about the importance of hand washing, and even with COVID, you know that is super important. So, but in cooking labs, when you're cooking with other people, when you're cooking in a community environment, it is so important to wash your hands the proper way, and that's at least 20 seconds. We joke around in my class that you can sing the happy birthday song to whoever's birthday is near, or the ABCs. But when you're washing your hands, which I've already done, you want to be sure. In our class, we do put our jewelry in our pockets, just so that we can make sure there's no germs hiding around any jewelry that we wear daily. But you're going to want to go between your fingers, even kind of do that around your nail beds. Really wash back and forth across the back of your hand, the palm, even around your wrist, okay? Using as warm of water as you can take, and then you always want to dry your hands with paper towels so that directly can go in the trash. You're not going to use a cup towel to dry your hands. Now at home, if you have a cup towel that you're using throughout the process, then I think that's fine, but when you're with other people, we don't want that cup towel to be shared with others. So once your hand washing's done, you just want to go double check your ingredients, make sure you have everything you need. This batch makes about 36 cookies. It does have to be refrigerated, so we will make the dough and then let it chill in the fridge, and then later we'll show you how to roll them in the cinnamon and sugar. So snickerdoodles are kind of like sugar cookies rolled in cinnamon and sugar. And so we're gonna get started. So for your first two ingredients, you need 1 cup of butter. I'm looking at my recipe over here, that's why I'm turning. And 1 cup of butter, and then 1 1/3 cup of sugar. So for butter, if you can buy butter or margarine in sticks, and usually it'll come for 4 sticks a box. So 1 cup is actually 2 sticks. So if you were to look at your wrapper, if you weren't familiar with butter measurements, it will tell you measurements here. Okay, and this has 8 tablespoons on it, and it's blocked off, kind of like a ruler, so you could cut off exactly what you needed. But this is going to tell us it's 8 tablespoons. Well, 8 tablespoons is half a cup. So we're going to use a total of 16 tablespoons. And you're going to get more practice with those equivalent measurements as we go on in our unit. Now, softened doesn't mean melted, but it also doesn't mean it came directly from the fridge. So I let it set out just a couple of minutes. If you need to quickly soften it, 10 seconds in the microwave should do the job. And it's wrapped in wax paper, so that can go in the microwave. Okay, so I'm gonna have Jayton today unwrap the butter over here, bud, and then you're just gonna put it in this bowl right here. Okay, so just take the wrapper off and put it in there. For our sugar, we need 1 1/3 cup of sugar. Miss Thompson doesn't have fancy canisters. I just always, when I buy my bags, I seal it in my Ziploc bag. I probably should get some canisters. But anyways, dry measuring cups are nesting cups. They usually fit inside one another. Sometimes they're connected by a ring. I took my ring off. And then they say the measurements on the handles. These are stainless steel, but plastic works just as great. So I am looking for my 1/3 cup and my 1 cup, okay? And so when you measure dry ingredients, sometimes at home it's okay to scoop it and level it off, but I'm gonna show you the way that we would do it at school, okay? Because we're just gonna pretend we're at school. So I'm going to use a large spoon. Fill up my 1 cup. Okay, and then I'm still going to level off. When you level off, where is my red spatula? I don't know where I put it. Oh, you can use the flat edge of a rubber spatula or scraper, whatever you want to call this. The curved edge just to scrape the side of the bowl to get all the goodness out of whatever you're making. But you can use a straight edge to level off. So I'm just going to level off. Back into my bowl. Okay, and then some of it got in the Ziploc bag. But that is okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and, oh, actually, no, I'm going to use this again. All right, so there's my 1 cup. All right, and now I need to do my 1/3 cup. Now, if you were to scoop it, you would just scoop it in, And then kind of want to just shake it just to see if it's level and if it's filled all the way to the top. And this I'm showing I need just a little bit more. And granulated sugar is easy to measure because it just sets on top of itself and levels out, and then you can just scrape off your excess. All right, so that's my 1/3 cup. All right, so referring back to my recipe, now in a lab, you would typically, in my class, we have our labs recipes taped up on the cabinet door so that you can just go back and forth referring to it, because you don't have to memorize your recipes. You can always have something there to look at. Now, I'm going to keep the sugar out because you need it for one other step, and that's later on. Okay, so step 1 says, in a large bowl, beat butter and sugar until creamy, and then we're going to add our eggs and vanilla. So we're going to go ahead and raise our mixer up. Now, if you have a hand mixer, you could use that too. Always start on low is my suggestion, and then kind of speed up a little bit. But we're going to start on low. Well, so we're going to let that mix in. Okay, then push stop. Just push stop.